It was 1:03 a.m. when my phone lit up on the nightstand. Her name flashed across the screen, followed by a message. "She's busy right now. She'll call later." I stared at it longer than I should have. Not shocked, just quiet. The kind of quiet that settles in when the last missing piece of a truth you've sensed for months finally clicks into place. The message didn't sound like her. The wording, the punctuation, short, clipped. The way men text when they think they've already won. So I typed back, "No need. She's yours. We're finished." I turned the phone face down, switched off the lamp, and waited. 10 minutes later, the doorbell slammed through the silence, frantic. Through the glass, I saw them, her boss looking rumpled, tie undone, and my wife beside him, pale and shaking. Their eyes darted between each other and the house like they'd escaped something burning. I didn't open the door right away. I watched them knock again, harder this time. Watched panic spread across their faces. When I finally unlocked the door, the air between us felt charged, the kind of tension before a storm breaks. She whispered my name. He stammered, "Please, we need to talk." And for the first time in years, I saw it. The fear of people who realize, far too late, that they were never the hunters at all. They stepped inside quietly. Her hands trembled as she tried to form words. Sweat shone on his forehead. I didn't speak. I poured a glass of water, set it on the table, and Saturday. He started talking fast. That message, it wasn't what it looked like. Someone hacked her phone, he insisted. Hacked. At 1 in the morning. A convenient phantom to blame. My wife reached for my arm. "I swear, it's not what you think. I left my phone at the office. I didn't know until he called me." I looked at her, hair messy, makeup smudged, still wearing the same silk blouse she'd left the house in. No wedding ring. Her perfume clung to him. "Where were you?" I asked softly. She hesitated. "We were working late." "On what?" "Quarterly reports." Her voice cracked mid-lie. He jumped in. "It's true, we were reviewing the new contracts," and then her phone. I stopped him with a look. "Do you usually review contracts in hotel rooms?" The blood drained from both their faces. They hadn't mentioned where they'd been, but I'd already seen the car tracker entry, room 412, a hotel 2 miles from her office. They exchanged a panicked glance. I stood up, slow and steady. "You should go. Before the neighbors notice." Her voice faltered. "Please, it's not." But they left together, shaky, silent, like people walking away from a crime scene. I didn't sleep. I didn't shout, didn't throw anything, didn't even cry. I just sat at the kitchen table, drawing circles in the condensation on the glass of water she never touched. The next morning, I called her office pretending to be her. The receptionist, exhausted and polite, confirmed she'd reserved the conference room for after-hours work twice that week with him. Then I checked the tracker logs again. Same hotel. Same hours. Patterns. Always patterns. I wasn't searching for proof anymore. I was assembling the truth with the precision of an engineer. Every timestamp, every route, every message, another brick in the wall of her betrayal. That evening, she came home early, tried to cook, forced a smile. Her phone buzzed twice during dinner. She flipped it face down. I didn't react. I didn't even glance at it. Silence rattles the guilty far more than accusations ever will. Later, as she showered, I backed up her phone to my laptop. Messages had been deleted recently, but not before syncing to her cloud. I read every one. Her boss, "You looked incredible tonight." Her, "Wish I could stay longer." Him, "One day you won't have to leave." I closed the laptop. The house felt heavier, unnatural. Every object she'd touched suddenly felt unfamiliar. That's when I knew, the next time I spoke to her, it would be the last time as her husband. 3 days later, I invited him over, said I wanted to clear things up. He arrived uneasy, hands buried in his pockets, eyes scanning the room like he expected a trap. He wasn't wrong. I offered him a drink. He refused. I opened my laptop and turned it toward him. "Look familiar." He swallowed hard, but nothing came out. Her messages glowed on the screen, intimate, careless, unmistakable. Then I played a recording, My wife's voice, laughing during a call she thought I'd never hear. He's too calm. I think he knows, but he'll never do anything. He shot to his feet. Look, man. I lifted a hand. Sit. He obeyed. Moments later, the front door opened. My wife walked in smiling until she saw him. She froze. I watched the realization strike her like a blow. Her first words weren't "I can explain." They were, "What did you tell him?" That was all I needed. I said nothing. Just handed her the divorce papers already signed, already dated. "You planned this," she whispered. I nodded. Down to the minute. They followed me to the door, voices shaking, pleading. "You don't understand," she cried. "It wasn't serious. It was just convenient," I finished. Her boss looked shattered, stripped of all the bravado he once had. "I'll resign. I'll tell HR it was my fault." "Already done," I replied. "I sent everything this morning." He went pale. "You what?" I met his eyes. "Your wife's email wasn't hard to find." I figured she deserved the truth too. He staggered back like he'd been hit. My wife rounded on him, voice raw. "You told me this was safe." I opened the door. "You should both leave." They didn't move. So I added, "You wanted each other. Now you get each other without the safety net." That finally made them go. They walked out together, but not side by side. The house is quiet again. Her perfume still lingers faintly in the hallway, but it doesn't sting anymore. It's just a smell, nothing more. That night, I deleted her number and blocked the calls that followed. In the morning, sunlight spilled across the kitchen table where they once stood begging. There's a strange peace in emptiness, a clarity in ruins. I didn't lose a wife.